In this video, I am going to share with you all 7 mindset shifts which took me from being just an average person to someone who is driven, productive and successful as an entrepreneur. And stick around till the end of the video because the 7th one may just be a game changer for you. Number 1 mindset shift that you must have as an entrepreneur is to start thinking from short term to long term. You see, there's a big difference between people who are successful and who are not, and one of them is the time frame that they think in, which means normally people just think in short term. In my case also, earlier I used to just think, for example, what I am gonna do in the weekend, or this birthday is coming up, or this event is coming up, or this or that. But then gradually, as I shifted my mindset from thinking from short term to long term, I realized that thinking long term helps me planning better for things for the future. If you think long term, I think you will be able to plan better. You will be able to see that far off vision that you cannot see right now because you are just thinking about the weekend that is coming up. So if you plan for long term, you can break down your yearly goals into daily, weekly and monthly goals, and in a time frame of 5 to 10 years you will be able to achieve a lot of things which you wouldn't do if you think short term. So just apply thinking long term in every decision that you make in life and everything that you do in life. The number second mindset shift that helped me as an entrepreneur was shifting my mindset from relying upon external motivation to being self-disciplined. Now what this basically means is that you need to stop relying upon some external motivator to get your work done and start to develop a habit within yourself in which you can self-motivate yourself all the time, and you have that self-discipline with which you can get your work done without someone always looking over your shoulder. This is one of the best things which helped me till now, because when I was young, I didn't used to work all the time. I didn't wanted to study all the time. Only when my parents came and told me do this, do that, then only I used to work. Otherwise, I didn't used to care. So I developed this habit within myself over the years that without even someone telling me what to do, I'll get it done by myself. And I developed this habit to such a point that even if for a year no one was looking at me or no one was around me or I had no accountability, still I would get all the work done all alone by myself, and still I would be working 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. That is one of the major differences between when you're relying upon someone else to tell you and then watch you to get something done versus you having the self-discipline to get it done. So make sure you develop this habit and have this mindset change within yourself. Number third would be from not actively pursuing self-improvement to completely being obsessed with self-growth and self-improvement. You see, this might be the most important mindset shift that you must have, and also the easiest to implement. When I was young, I didn't used to think about self-improvement and self-growth every day of the day. Seriously, but as I matured, as I grew and as I learned about these things, almost every day of my life I think about self-improvement, self-growth in some way. So you need to develop that habit and have that mindset shift in which you every day you are obsessed with self-improving yourself in every way. Like read books every day, work out every day, meet new like-minded people every day. You have to do all of those things every day to improve, and there is no limit to how much you can self-improve or how much you can grow as a person. It's just an ever-improving cycle. And eventually, if you get on this self-improvement journey and follow it for a long time, you will see some positive changes over long term, and people around you will start to see many changes within you and they will think that you have drastically changed. Well, in fact, you have changed over the years. It's just that you were on it every day, learning something every day and improving something every day. That's what you need to do. So remember that. Number 4 mindset shift that helped me in my journey till now was going from thinking small to thinking big. Now listen to me very carefully. Personally, I think that this is the most important mindset shift that you must apply today to change your life, literally. Like from just going from thinking small to thinking big can change everything in your life. I'm sure you might have seen many big entrepreneurs and many big people talk about this thinking big thing because it's just so true. And I'm sure you have heard of this quote which goes like, aim for the stars and even if you fail, at least you'll land on the moon. See, this is so true because thinking and just believing in big things can change your life in a drastic way. Literally, I Earlier I used to think very small about very small things and my potential is only this much. From the day I started to think big, everything changed. And you are going to think anyway, so you might as well think big. What's the difference? And once you adapt this mindset of thinking big, I'm sure that you will see a lot of more possibilities around you. You will see a lot of more changes around you. Many opportunities till now which you thought were not possible will suddenly become very easier for you to pursue. So this will help you a lot. Make sure to always think big. Number 5th mindset shift that you must adapt to become successful is to start thinking from working for others to working for yourself. See guys, I personally never worked for anyone else till now in my life, and you should also start to commit to yourself and almost make a promise to yourself that from now on, if you really want to succeed, if you really want to become an entrepreneur, you just swear that you will never ever work for anyone else in your entire life except for yourself, which means being your own boss. See, growing up, we have always seen our parents and people around us always hating on their bosses, always telling how much they hate their job, and still they are doing it every day. Why? I think only the reason would be because till now they haven't unlocked that mindset. They haven't started thinking in terms of working for themselves. Once you all are young, right? You can still decide upon that and make sure that you only and only work for yourself and no one else. And that's the easiest way that you can succeed and that you can go ahead of many people. Number 6 mindset shift you must have as an entrepreneur is from going to having no vision to working for a purpose. I'm sure you have heard of the quote which goes like, if the sailor doesn't decide where his ship is going, then the winds will. This means that without a clear vision or clear purpose, you are at the mercy of the world, and the world will decide where your ship will go or where you'll end up in life. Now, if you don't want to go this way, you should find your own purpose and make sure that everything that you do in life is purpose driven, and that everything you do, every action you take has some bigger purpose than you behind it, and just not do anything randomly. Otherwise, you don't know where you're gonna end up, and the world will decide that for you. So don't let that happen to you. And make sure what your purpose is and make sure you work in that direction only and only. Now the number 7 mindset shift that has helped me the most till now and which will help you the most is from going to not believing in yourself to believing that you are the fucking man. Now finally I wanted this to be at number 7 and I wanted this to be at the end of this video, because if I want something for you to take away from this video, it would be this point. This is the most important mindset shift that you must have, that you must incur in yourself, which is just to start believing in yourself. That is all. The best thing you can do for yourself in life is that wake up every day, look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are the fucking man. This means having extreme self-esteem to almost a point of self-delusion, and there is nothing wrong with that. For example, in my case, if today I decide to quit everything that I'm doing right now, including YouTube, including all my businesses, and I decide that I want to become a professional football player, then trust me, I have so much self-confidence that I would think in my mind that I will become the best footballer in the world. Maybe that might not come out to be true, doesn't matter, but just me believing that I am the best and that I can become the best football player in the world will increase my odds of actually pulling it off a lot compared to if I don't think that way. So make sure that you always believe that you are the fucking man. Now these were the top 7 mindset shifts that you must incur within yourself if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur. Now make sure you get them at one by one. For me personally, this has been years of training. Almost after all these years, I've hardwired all these things and all these mindset things in my mind. But I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you are just a new entrepreneur who is just starting their entrepreneurship journey. So make sure that you go at all of them one by one and not rush into things. Right? In starting, you want to, change your life drastically, or within overnight you want to change your life. That won't happen. Give it time and change all of these mindsets gradually and make sure they stick with you for the long term. And as always, build a life that's worth living.